Alright guys, I'm going to try to prop this 5/16 piece of plywood. I know that ain't that thick, but I ain't trying to have no bone crushing air here. I do just want to give it a little test to see what happens. Well, good morning guys, welcome back to Papaw's Place. As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Guys, today I got all work and I come home and I had a package that I'd ordered sitting on my doorstep. And what we got here, this is the package it come in. We have some new arrows, and these are budget arrows I wanted to try. I've been searching out trying to find some good budget arrows, the best for the price, and not no cheap arrows that just breaks every time you shoot them. So what we got here, look at them pretty fletching. Y'all know I'm down here in Louisiana, and them old, I'm not a football fan, but that there kind of looks like that Saints colors, don't it? That'll be real pretty. But I got these arrows from the HuntingDoor. I'll leave a link in the description below where y'all can go check out stuff they sell. And also you can get some of these on Amazon. I'll leave some links in there also. From the HuntingDoors where I ordered these from though. Now what we got here is a this is Top Archery Pure Carbon Spine 400 spine. And the straightness is .0. Now I argue anybody that the average shooter, especially just hunters, if you ain't no competition shooter, that they would never tell the difference between a .003 and a .001. It just ain't no sense in paying that extra money for a .001 unless you a dot shooter in competition. That's just my opinion. But I got these arrows out, and they came just like this, packed just like any other arrows in this package right here. Everything looked good when they got here. And these arrows measure, I wrote all this down. I've done a lot of stuff before I started the video here, and I just wrote it down. These are pure carbon arrows. The outside diameter is 7.5 millimeters, and I checked them with the calipers, and they pretty much what they read. And the inside diameter is 6.2 millimeters. So they're not the thickest wall and the toughest arrow, but they're not like some of the extraordinary cheap arrows that's out there on Amazon and stuff. And you see the pretty fletchings they got on them. I think you just have to go to their website and check them out and see if you want to order some or different types of fletching or whatever. But I chose these right here, and I wanted to try these out. And just for me cutting off the tips, now these arrows, I think on the website they say 32 inches long, but when I measured them from the end of the insert to the end of the knock is actually 31.5. But that don't matter to me, because I was going to cut them off. And actually I went ahead and cut off 2 of these. I'll show you a little clip of me cutting them off. And I put 100 grain, I cut off 1 inch to 30.5 inches. I put a 100 grain insert in it, brass insert, and I got 150 grain tips. And that's what I'm going to start out shooting and trying. And then I'll go from there if I need to bare shaft tune or whatever. But these arrows by themselves, I weighed every one of them. The average weight of these 12 arrows is 251 grains, 0.56. 251.56. That's the average of 12. Now that's without the tips. They come with 100 grain tips, but that's with their insert, and their insert I weighed a couple of them, and I only done a couple of them, and they weighed, well, the two I pulled out of here, and they averaged 11.8 ounces. And they averaged 11.8 grains on just them two, because I ain't pulled these others yet. So, the heaviest area out of these 12 weighed 253.8 grains. The lightest one weighed 249.0 grains. Some of you right there are going to say, well, them ain't, they too up, and that's too far of a gap. Guys, like I said, unless you're a competition shooter shooting Olympics or something, you can put 15 grain difference on these areas and you ain't going to shoot that accurate enough. That's just my opinion. You'd have to prove it to me. That's why I like the budget arrows. I just want some that's pretty tough. Now I know they ain't gonna be the toughest arrow. They ain't gonna be like some of them $150 dozen arrows. I ain't looking for that. But for target practicing and just shooting, I want an arrow that's tough, because I did buy some that I tried out that I wouldn't even do a review on, because they break just shooting them in the targets out there. They wasn't worth a crap. So, I'm thinking these, for me cutting them off, these seems like pretty good arrows. So from the heaviest one out of 12 to the lightest one was 4.8 ounces different. Like I said, do what you want to, but I can't shoot good enough. I'm gonna just say it like that. I can't shoot good enough to, you could put a 100 grain tip or a 125 grain tip, and at my shooting distance is mostly 20 yards and under, you ain't gonna know the difference. So I got two of these arrows fixed up. And now with what I'm shooting for here, I got my scale right here, I'm wet. 476.7. That's right in the ballpark of what I'm trying to do. And 480.6. Now some of that can be in the inserts, some of that difference can be in the tips, some of it can be in the shafts, some of it can be in the fletching. That's what I'm saying. I don't care if you pay $200 a dozen for arrows, you go to changing out inserts and tips and you add all that up, you ain't gonna get them 12 arrows dead nuts at the same grains. Again, just my opinion, guys. So I'm finna go shoot these. Now it's windy outside. I don't know if y'all can hear the wind chimes chiming out there. But today I'm shooting these in this Overrun bow. That's the one I've been out here shooting lately. And I'm pulling, what, 38 pounds. This is a 35-pound bow at 28 inches, and I'm pulling right at 29, so I'm pulling right at the 38 pounds. I got it wrote down right here where I tested all that stuff. No, the day I done that, I caught it 36 pounds, but I done changed strings and changed my brace height there, so now I'm pulling 37 point something pounds. We're gonna go shoot these arrows. Now, me shooting, like I said, I'm not gonna shoot over 20 yards, playing at maybe 30. So I'm gonna shoot these arrows, and it's very windy outside, so I ain't bare shaft tuned them. One reason I ain't bare shaft tuned them, I don't want to cut these pretty fletching off of one of them. But I'm gonna shoot this and see how it shoots, and then after I shoot it, I'm gonna put my 150 grain 2-blade broadhead in there and see how it shoots. And if it flies good to my eye and they hit as close as I can hit anyway, I'm probably not going to strip these fletching off and bare shaft tune these. But I'm going to shoot these, and then later on you'll see archery videos, me giving update on these, on what I think about them. But let's go out there and get set up. I'm going to put a camera on the target, and then I'm going to set up and shoot. Like I said, it's very windy. It ain't a full crosswind, but it's kind of a semi-crosswind. But we're going to shoot them, because I can't wait to get out there and shoot. I've been working all day, and I like shooting when I come home. I don't think I got no other information. If y'all have any other questions, you can leave them in the comments below and I'll answer it. But like I said, when I cut these ain't as cheap as some of them. These here seem like pretty decent airs, especially for the price for a dozen of turkey feather fletched airs. And I'm hoping they work out good, because that's what I'm looking for, is something reasonable priced that's still pretty tough. So let's go outside and get set up. Alright, like I said, they come packaged just like that. Everything seems good about them. You look right here on the arrows, they got wrote on there. I don't know if y'all can see that. Top archery pure carbon, and then it's got spine 400. That's what I got here. And if I need to, I don't think I'm gonna have to cut these off no more, especially with that bow. But if I need to, I can go up higher weight on the tips, because I got other broadheads that weighs on up to 200 grams. Y'all got any more questions, sir? If you do, leave them in a comment and I'll answer your questions. Let's go outside now. Alright guys, we're gonna start out. I'm at 15 yards, y'all about 17 yards standing there. And the knots on these things, I don't know how tough they're gonna be, but I like them because they 50 string, they click on. Y'all wanna hear them? Yeah, they click on there, I like that. So we're gonna shoot a couple of them. See how this goes. We'll pop the target up there on the screen. I'm shooting at that little bitty green ball. I'm gonna tell you right now, that arrow flew just as straight as any arrow I ever shot. That's pretty dadgum good right there. And I ain't done no bare shaft tuning or nothing. This was gonna be my starting point. Guys, these must be some magical arrows. I think that's the first time I ever shot that good starting out on a video. Let's do that again, then we're gonna put a broadhead in there. If that broadhead shoots that good, I ain't doing nothing else. Cause like I said, y'all hear how windy it is. You see the targets blowing. Wind blowing so much I can't hold a bow still. Can't ask for nothing better than that as far as shooting. Alright, I just went and screwed my 2-blade 150 grain broadhead on there. Now it ain't turned the way I like it. I have to heat that up and melt my glue. I like them straight up and down, but we're gonna see how it flies. 15 yards. Shot just a little bit low, but we're gonna do it again. I don't never go on my first shots. Still the arrows, even though I shot a little low, y'all see the practice point, I shot a little low that time then too. They touch it. Let's move back now. We're gonna shoot at 20 yards. Alright guys, we moved back to 20. I had to go back there and brush the dirt out of my broadhead. That's the only thing about shooting in a dirt pile. You need to keep your old toothbrush or something. Brush your broadheads out when you're shooting. Most time practice point, I just wipe them on my overalls because I'm dirty from working all day anyway. But I'm at 20 yards and y'all about 21 and a half right there. Where every time I get ready to shoot, wind starts gusting. I've been trying to wait here. Alright, let's go. It ain't gonna stop. We might as well go for it. I ought to have to aim just a little bit high since it was hitting so good at 15 yards on my normal aiming. Yeah, even though I aimed a little bit high, it's still dropping. But like I said, we only 37 pounds here. Guys, my first impression of these are pretty dadgum good airs for their price. Now, I ain't saying they the best air for hunting. I don't think they're gonna be the toughest because of the wall thickness, but like I said, they ain't them cheap ones neither. So I put my practice points in. Now we're gonna shoot at the B-bore deer there. We at 18 yards. Think my knocking height may be just a little high, but I'm gonna have to do some more fine tuning when the wind ain't blowing like it is. Uh-oh, I shot a little high on that one. So guys, on this target, if you shoot just a little bit high, will y'all see that holes all eat out? If you shoot right under that B, O, or R, I mean right under that letters. If I hit right under it, it misses the carpet. So I shot a little high and had to go out there and get my air. So now we're gonna try this again and see if I don't shoot too high. I think I'm just gonna aim normal. Don't try to put no gap on it. That's a good shot right there. Now the wind's coming from this direction. It don't know what it wants to do. It's blowing up a storm again, guys, what it's doing. Two good shots. Alright guys, now we're going to be shooting at what I call my pigeon there at 14 yards. I'm just going to fire one shot at it. Because if I hit it, it's going to spin around. Flop around. That's why I call it my pigeon, because it flops around like a chicken with his head cut off if you hit it. There we go. Alright guys, I'm going to try to prop this 5/16 piece of plywood. I know that ain't that thick, but I ain't trying to have no bone crushing air here. I do just want to give it a little test to see what happens. If it shoots through that 5/16 inch plywood, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up for being a good, really good target area for the price. Now let's go see if it's got any damage. Well, it looked like the only damage I got was when I had to pull it on through, because it shot and sunk up right to the fletching like that, so I knew if I pulled it backwards it was gonna tear them off. But I think they'll stand back up. This will just be one of my main practice areas here now. I'm gonna do that again. No, I ain't. The board's done blew down. So guys, I have to give the Top Archery Pure Carbon airs right here. Like I said, that's the Pure Carbon Spine 400 and the .003 straightness. They get a thumbs up from me. Y'all have to go check them out at HuntingDoor.com, because to me, you just the price of them. And like I said, the reason I'm giving them a thumbs up, because I've shot some that they so thin wall, they would actually break just shooting that dirt pile on target, not shooting through a board. Now I know that ain't no heavy duty thick board. I ain't trying to do no prove that they'll shoot through a shoulder on a deer. I'm just trying to say what my thoughts are, that they make good arrows. I like budget priced arrows, especially for just out here shooting with, but at the same time I do want an arrow that's decent enough if I wanted to hunt with it, I can hunt with it. Again, this ain't as tough as no $150 a dozen arrows, but I can buy 3 dozen of these jokers for that price. Fletched with feathers, different colors. Ain't many places you gonna get something like that. So I'm all about checking out the budget stuff, passing it along. That's just my thoughts. Maybe some of you guys tried them out and had bad experiences, I don't know. I did choose one of the higher price ones they had on the HuntingDoor. I didn't wanna, you know, I done bit that bullet one time trying some real, on this bow I wanted me some 600 spines. They was about like shooting toothpicks. I broke 3 of them just shooting straight into that dirt pile. Go out there, they'd be broke half in 2. That's the cheap stuff. This here, I think's decent stuff, real good for what your price is. But anyway guys, that's my video for today. You will be seeing these arrows shot through another bow, because this ain't the bow I wanted to get these arrows set up for. This was just out in the shop right now today, and I wanted to shoot the arrows. The other bow I think's 44 pounds, be about 44, 43, 44 pounds that I actually want these arrows for. And y'all be seeing that in another video I'm doing a review on. But as always, I appreciate y'all and hope y'all have a good day and a blessed week. God bless. See y'all next time.